Yo! What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Blitz Summer Cup. This is the last day of Round Robin 1 for Top 8. My name is 34. I am NA's English competitive streamer. I'm answering a couple messages in the DMs right now. So I will do that real sec. Sorry about that. Well, welcome y'all. Hope that y'all are enjoying today. Draconic, Mobex, Carib Baby, and Luciano. Good to have you all. Draconic, thank you for making this little spreadsheet thing. I wish I could show it on stream. I just sent you a DM. Draconic has showed me something. I mean, I'll try to pull it up, but I don't think it works. If I open, so I don't have a Windows Microsoft Office thing. Yes, every time I open up Excel, it just asks me to pay for a product key, and I say no, and then it closes out. So I can't use this, unfortunately. Maybe I'll figure out a way to do it some other time, maybe through online, but I didn't figure that out today. So I can't show it right now. Maybe later I'll try to figure out a way of doing it. But good to have y'all in here. Today we are watching the last game for round robin number 1, and we will be watching, if I can share it here, we will be watching Origin versus Ponda, a top 1 team versus a top 3 team right now. The way that things are in the standings, so we can take a look at how all of the teams are doing. Origin, undefeated, have not yet lost a single set. They've beaten all the teams that they've played. They only have not played Ponda. Ponda will be playing against Origin. We are going to be watching that one on this stream. Over on Rose's stream, he'll be watching Leverage Joker. And yeah, we'll see who else is playing. Looks like Evany Reggie and Dinos Nox. So right now, if looking at the standings, again, Origin's in the lead with 6, but there are 2 teams with 5 wins each. Leverage, Ponda, and Joker. If Joker beat Origin yesterday, there would have been 4 teams that were all 5-1, which would actually be pretty funny heading into the final day. It probably wouldn't be, it obviously wouldn't be able to end like that, but it still would have been something pretty hilarious. And Dinos is in 5th place with 2 wins. They're the only team with 2. There's Reggie and Evany with 1 each, and then Nox with no top 8 wins. So that is how things are going at the moment. Oh, he sent it to me in Google Doc. Ooh, okay, yeah, that actually looks pretty good. So this is actually a tracker that one of my mods made that is showing everything in a bit more graphically. Draconic will probably have to figure out exactly how all of this works, because it's got some yellows, some reds. I don't know what they all signify here. Purple and blue. I don't know what all of these colors are, and I'll probably have to go over that with you at some point, Draconic, but this is how that is looking. I guess I can move my camera all the way down to the bottom here. And I don't know if it actually looks good in terms of you guys can actually make out all the words and letters and numbers and whatnot. But this is a more detailed image of what's going on here. Looks like all of this stuff is just 1s and 0s and is yet to be filled in along with this right here, but this could be a good way of breaking things down. Okay, I'll have to figure out how this works. For now, I think we'll just use the tournament thing, and maybe if I can figure this out eventually, we'll get it to work. But oh, I didn't even mean to press that. But we will go ahead and switch back to in game right now, I suppose, and we'll figure this out a different time. Checking in with both streams, make sure that everything looks good. Looks like the quality is coming in through on both streams. Good. Tempest, Sergio, Illuminati, what up, y'all? Good to have you. What is cracking? We'll get our invite in just a couple minutes here, but we can go over both of the teams that are playing today, even though we've gone over most of them at this point. Origin and Ponda, we've actually seen them play quite a bit so far in this top 8. We've seen Origin play 3 times. We see Ponda play 2 or 3 times. So they're both great teams. They're doing quite well in top 8 as well. Yeah, so Origin led by Tanner. They've also got Jay, Subchat, Group, Pew, Tunnel, Sierra, Bubba, Cora, and up, down, left to right. That will make up your Origin team here. And if we go over to the Ponda team, all the way at the bottom here, they're led by Pagman this time around. They've got Market, Rax, Sherman, WorkQC, Pafloopy, Jta, Chip, Skips, and Ding Dong. Yes, I know that it's not pronounced Jta, but at this point I'm too far into it to change it. That's what it's going to be. Also, has Pagman always been the captain? Because I swear that I've seen him in past tournaments where he was not. No, maybe he always has been the captain, and I'm just making things up. Blitz Ultimate Cup when he played for Ponda. If it's all loading in. Has he always been the captain? No, maybe. Okay, so maybe I'm just wrong. And he always has been the captain. Okay, no, J-Ta has been the captain. Because I was thinking J-Ta. I was thinking maybe he was the captain. Because he's the caller, I believe. Or at least was for a while. But it looks like Pegman has been the captain for about the past year or so. Anyway, I got my room invite, and I don't want to be sharing for that, so I'm going to switch over. You guys can take a look at me right now. Looks like chat cleared out for some reason. I don't really like how it does that, but that is just fine here. So I will go ahead and set up the scoreboard while everything is hidden. Ponda on the left and Origin on the right. Cool. So this will be a best of 7 set, as the entire of top 8 is. So we will see at minimum 4 games, and hopefully this isn't just a 4-0. Origin have been looking extremely dominant this tournament. They've barely dropped any games at all. They haven't dropped any sets in the top 8, although they did drop 1 set to Naps, I believe, in the qualifying stages. Obviously didn't really affect their ability to qualify, but I believe they did lose 1 set there. It just didn't really affect them. We will be watching Oasis Palms for games 1 and 2, and I'm guessing, yeah, it looks like Draconic has posted the map list already. Yeah, so it looks like Faust, Middleburg, and Wintermail if it does come down to it. Got it. If you guys are all new, I invite y'all to go ahead and drop a follow on Twitch or subscribe to me on YouTube, as these are where I do all of my tournament streams. I'll be streaming both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And all my other content that's not tournament related is pretty much just only done on Twitch, so that is where y'all can catch me. I'm also very active in my Discord if you'd like to hang out with other similar, you know, Blitz-oriented players. Maybe just want to hang out, have some conversations or whatnot, or just get more information about when I go live, etc. Anyway, looks like we will be able to go ahead and show both of the teams here. This is Ponda and Origin, all lined up. I am on the side of Ponda right now, so I can see Ponda's bench. They've got 2 players already in the middle, so they've got plenty of people available and ready. Surprisingly, J-Ta in the middle, who's been a long-time member of the Ponda team, as well as Chip. He's a very strong player, and we saw him play quite well yesterday. Looking at the 2 lineups here on Oasis, we've actually seen Ponda play Oasis several times, and they've kind of changed how they approach the map over time. But here we will see them running 3 Sturves, 2 Krons, a T100, an IS-7. Origin will also be running 3 Sturves, an IS-7 and a T100 LT, but instead of those Krons, they've got 2 60 TPs, so 5 of the 7 tanks are identical, but Kronvons and 60 TPs are 2 very different tanks, which suggest very different styles of play, and I guess we'll see how they are both used here. I mean, they're both very flexible, and I wouldn't be surprised to see either of them go any way. 60 TPs could definitely handle themselves going towards the Dunes side over by C, but, I mean, that's not where their primary usage, I would guess, could be. Kronvons typically do find themselves in hilly areas such as Dunes, but there are also hills over on the A side. And I think Ponda has realized over time, after all of their sets on Oasis Palms, that having some sort of attack on the A base is pretty important here. So it would be wise for them to at least have some sort of claim to the A side, just because A and B being right next to each other is a lot easier to hold, and if you're able to get 2 bases, it can put a lot of pressure onto the enemy team. Green is the set winner, opposite colors the opponent. Right, gotcha. I just wasn't sure what each of the colors meant. I see, I see. Okay. I'll figure that out at some point. Anyway, game number 1 is about to start. Again, Origin is 6-0 right now. They are completely undefeated for top 8 so far. Ponda are 5-1, but we did watch them lose to Leverage on the first day, but since then they have not lost. Another interesting thing to note, yesterday when I ended the stream, they were still in their fight against Evany, and that set was a tiebreak. We just saw WorkQC say tiebreak in chat. 5 of the 6 sets that Ponda have fought in so far have all been tiebreakers. They 4-0'd Nox. Other than that, we saw tiebreakers all around. So Ponda has been playing a lot of games here, but they've been winning most of them in the end, so only losing 1 set. Marketman going all the way in the middle will spot Subchat in the T100 LTs. Both opposing teams go in opposite directions, though, for the most part. Origin highly committed towards A, Ponda completely committed towards C. So when I said maybe Ponda was learning to put a little bit more pressure on A, their strat does not suggest that this is what they'd like to do for this opening game here in the set. Subchat's going to bail. I think by Origin not spotting anything on this side of the map, they realized that Ponda's all the way over in C, and so Subchat making a good decision to back himself out. Jay's going to grab the base for Origin and will get the cap lead for them. Ponda will quickly take their own base with a double cap, so points are pretty close to each other. However, Origin does have the lead, and additionally they also have a good option to grab the B base as necessary, where Ponda is going to have a lot harder of a time resetting it being in the dunes area. And that could be a sneaky place to put a T100 LT. Looks like they might actually just throw J in the IS-7 into the base instead. And is he going to hug the rock? No, not quite. He's just going to cap it. A little bit of distance between himself and the rock. Could Work spot him? Yes, Work does spot him here. And J may get reset. Yeah, Work does get the reset. And J driving forward. Now Sherman may actually have shots here. He lines up his reticle calibration shot and does put it in. And J could get tracked here. Sherman could go for a tracking shot, but it would only delay the inevitable. Then his clip would be, for the most part, empty. But he does fail that reset, but we do see Pagman all the way into town with the reset. Sherman's able to hit a shot. Pagman's putting a clip in, and does Origin have a response to this? Origin is all lined up in the corner in the opposite side, and Pagman's actually not having any issues. He does take 1 hit, but Jay has blowed out half of his hit points in an attempt to grab this base. And Origin really aren't providing a whole lot of cover for him. Pagman does take a hit, but Jay's still getting reset here. Either that or he drove out on accident. I didn't see any shots going in for Ponda, but Jay's still getting reset. Yeah, someone's resetting him. I don't know who it is, though. And Skips could get a shot into his rear right now. Oh, what's happening to Pagman, though? Uh-oh. Looks like Origin has lined up on Pagman, and Pew does get the kill there. I missed something. It's too busy focusing on Jay grabbing the base, but Honda did overextend to try to get that reset, and they ended up losing a tank over it. Granted, they did bleed Jay down half of his hit points. But now, Ponda have a push in here, but they could catch Pew off guard. He's been tracked. Sherman's going to be able to put a full permatrack in on him. Group's trying to cover Pew, does successfully do so. Tanner and Group exhibiting great hit point sharing right there. Pew is able to survive, and that's an extra gun that Origin is able to keep in the game right now. Despite all this, Ponda does have a hit point lead, which is something kind of funny to think about, and they are starting to surround Origin here. They definitely have given up map control, but 850 points for Origin is something to be concerned about, and it looks like Tunnel is getting pushed by Market and by Skips. Market's going to take a shot in the back. Will Skips be able to put in a kill before Tunnel puts in an extra shot, though? No. I mean, yes, he does get the kill. Tunnel is not able to put in the shot, but it's still 900 points here for Origin, and Ponda are not looking to stop the B base at all. They do get a kill on Group, and Pew's quite low instead. So Origin are losing their tanks left and right here. They need to pick up some kills, and Work QC could be a good target. But B is stopped, A is stopped. J does pick up the kill there, and Rax dies as well. So despite the fact that Ponda were just stopping the bases right before reaching 1,000, Origin picked up 2 quick kills to get that one. And Ponda had really good resets on that B base. They did a great job of keeping Jay off that cap. But unfortunately, it was not enough to keep it for long. They overextended with Pagman, and I I wish I got to see that a little bit better, exactly how he took so much damage, because it only looks like he had those 2 stirves on him. So someone must have put in a cross shot that I missed. But Ponda weren't quite able to pick up those kills in time, and Origin fired back with some kills of their own to take it. That cap pressure was good, and it just shows how important AB is on a map like this. Maybe this time Ponda will be less inclined to go full C, but who knows? I mean, last time I saw them running full C, they did it both games and lost them both. I don't remember which team they played against. It was pretty early on in the tournament. It might have been Dinos. I think it might have been Dinos. I think this was when Ponda was up 2-0 and then Dinos equalized both games on Oasis. I think that's what happened. From what I remember. But we'll see. They are keeping the T100, 2 stirves, an IS-7, a Kron, a 60 DP, and a 777. So lots of different tanks here for Ponda. Origin will pull out a Kronvon of their own this time, as well as bringing in an E5, subbing out one of their 60 TPs and subbing out their IS-7. So maybe that might not be the best tank to put into the B base, as he just kept getting spotted and reset, and perhaps a T100 LT might not have even been spotted in the first place. However, it's a bigger risk to take, because if he does get spotted, it's very, very difficult for him to survive. You know, you just gotta hug that rock. What's going on? I am not joining the game here. It says, oh, my game's reconnecting. Looks like we're having a little bit of server issues, y'all. That's no bueno. I hope that I'm not having the disconnect bug now. I've been disconnected from the server. Okay, let me hide my screen really quickly. I'll just go to BRB. See if I can log in. Okay, here we go. Alright, and it looks like the game, the countdown was waiting for me because I wasn't fully connected. So, here we go. Game 2, Origin are up 1-0, and this time, yep, Ponda's going more towards the A side. Smart. But they are not bringing their T100 LT to spot over on C. Subchat will likely not detect anything. Or QC, the only take remotely in the area. He's running his Kronvon here for Ponda. Going for a blind fire into the center bush, which is a common opening position that is used, but he is not there, and he puts a shot towards Skips. Doesn't quite hit it, though, but he might step right into the C base. Not quite yet. Or QC is moving further forward. Subchat does spot him. But look at this aggressive play here for Tanner. Origin is not letting go of the B base. Sierra putting a big shot into work QC all the way from the TD corner. And while all that's going down, Tunnel taking a hit, but Subchat grabs the C base, so a bit of a distraction for work QC. Honestly, I don't mind that play from Tunnel, even though he did bleed out a good amount of HP. We do see the capture point being grabbed from Origin, and they're actually preventing a simple capture on A from Ponda, so they're just building their cap lead. Tanner also unloads his full clip into Skips, who is now half HP already. However, Tanner is pretty far forward. It looks like Ponda does want to go for one sort of push, though, but Pagman pushing pretty far forward, spots 3 stirves here. And Ponda is already 3,000 hit points down at the beginning of the game. They've only put in like 2 or 3 shots this game, and they've already got 3 tanks that are at or below half hit points. Not looking good. Subchat is going to rush work QC all the way down on this side of the map, and they've got Tunnel over here as well, so they're going to be doubling up on work QC, which might actually buy Ponda a little bit of time to continue their push through, but Tanner's still holding on just fine in the middle, and Sierra also is doing okay, but Rax QC, who's pushing all the way in this corner, is getting himself demolished by the stirves. They are just going to be rushing in with that DPM. Ponda has started to bring the hit points back a little bit, but in come the stirves. Where QC and Subchat do get the kill over on the other side, they're going to start hunting down Market, who should definitely turn around and join the fight. Group saving Pew from taking another shot there. Tanner is traded for Skips. Sierra's still alive in the middle here. Sherman looking elsewhere to get a kill on Pew. Floopy will pick up that kill, but it's a 4-on-3 right now. Hit points in favor of Origin. But it looks like Group is on fire at the moment. Not good for Group. And the rest of Ponda tanks are all united here, and Sherman should be able to pick up the kill, and now the hit points are quite even. Jay's going to rush in on Pafalupi, though. And Market has a crossfire. Sherman might be able to put in a big shot, though. He's got a lot of hit points on him, but no. Tunnel and Jay both hiding on the other side of the building. Smart on their part. Don't put yourselves in a crossfire. Sherman loading his tungsten shell, bouncing it, though, on Tunnel. You do not want to be bouncing in the 60 TP. That's an extra long reload that you're on here. Subchat's going to hunt down Market Man. That shouldn't be an issue for Panzer, the C100 LT gamer from Origin. And now it's just Sherman, 1v3. Bouncing that shot on Tunnel was definitely painful, although it wasn't necessarily game-ruining, as they didn't have really good shot of winning that one. He bounced a second one, though. That is a little bit embarrassing. But it is what it is. That's the 60 TB's gun, to be honest. Its gun handling isn't great. And you do expect to see a bounce here or there, I suppose. But in these clutch moments, that's not when you want to see them. What's up, y'all, in the chat? Oh, gee, I'm hyped for some good matches, but right now, Origin is dominant right now. See if Ponda can pull it back. They could definitely do it. They beat Joker yesterday. If y'all were not there, you should definitely go and watch it. Jessica, welcome. Lewis, Invictus, Van Lee Roth, Mester Chiff, Boring Pickle, Ominous, hello, hello. Puffy on top for the damage there, but unfortunately not able to convert to a win. Unfortunate. We're going to be going to games 3 and 4 here on Faust. Origin is potentially going to be able to sweep Ponda. They did a really good job with those first 2 games, but Ponda's a good team. I do not expect them to go down without a fight here, so let's see how these go. Tyrannos is here. What's up, Lewis? Already said hi to Illuminati, I believe. And Toiko. Good to have y'all. And just so you guys know, there's only one set today. We're watching Ponda Origin, and then after that, there is not a second set. This round robin only, it has 4 days, but there's only 7 games, right? So one of the days is only going to have 1, which is a little bit weird in my opinion, because the next round robin, the last day will also be 1 set. So I don't know why they don't just combine them, but they've decided not to combine them, I suppose, so fair enough. You're going to be watching 1 set today, and it's just going to be a little bit of a shorter stream for y'all. So people that show up at the end being like, oh, did I miss something? Yes, you missed everything. But don't worry, we still have hopefully plenty more games today. Love to see Ponda bring it back here and force a more tense set. I'm done waiting for you. Yeah. If there's someone who's not connected, the battle timer will wait the full duration. Otherwise, it skips. If everyone's connected, it'll skip. Just kind of nice. Got it exposed for catching it logged off live. Yeah, in the middle of a game too, right? Anyway, Ponda is splitting half and half there. They do keep a T100 LT. Market Man spotting towards the D corner. And Origin's actually going to be sending Jay in a similar spot. Jay, being in a bush, though, could spot Market Man. Does he have vision here? No, he's not peeking all the way out, though, but Market Man is looking at that bush. So both these 2 players having a little bit of tension there, although neither of them recognize it quite yet. Origin is actually pretty far back. They're not committing anywhere right now. Ponda's heavy on the A side. They've got both of their Sturves, a 777, and one of their MLEs in here. Origin's actually going to make the first move with a B base grab from Pew, but he's not in danger right now. Also, Market Man rotating back from Origin. Sorry, from Ponda. But Ponda's actually extending all the way into Tunnel here. But look at the spot Tunnel's in. He's pretty sneakily hiding, but Pagman, nope. Pagman and Sherman do not care. They're just going to push straight on in. Big shots in. Tunnel got lit on fire. In Origin, they do have tanks to support, but not correctly, though. And Tunnel is very much caught out. Origin's just going to lose a tank straight up here in the opening, and we'll put in one more shot, but J-Ta will kill him here. And Origin just straight up lost the tank. They had the Sturves here to support, but they didn't really support very well at all. Pew did get out from B, but it doesn't look like they got a whole lot out of it. They grabbed a base, but they also lost a tank. Looks like Ponda is going to double cap a base of their own. Market rotating back to potentially get some spots out here on Pew. Pew should cap D here. That would be my guess, is capping D. Yes, he will do so. He's actually so low profile, Market Man might not even detect him. Yeah, Market's going to keep driving forward in attempts to spot him, and he does. Really go for an HE shot? No, he's just going to back off. And Pew takes D. So Origin do have the base lead, despite losing a tank, but Ponda's rotating all the way back here, and they are likely to push right through D, and Pew will be caught in the open here. Well, he does hit J-Ta, who is the lowest hit point tank for Ponda, and it's good for Origin to be lowering a tank that they can focus out, because they already lost a tank of their own. While all that's going on, sub-chat from Origin has grabbed C. Should be noted that Origin does not have a light tank this time around. Sub-chat in a Sturv now instead of a T100. Or whatever other tank they choose to use as a light. I've seen Vickers from them as well. J-Chad getting spotted here. Is that a proxy? It's probably a proxy from Pew. They're just on the other side of this wall together here. But Origin is making no large commitments of their own, but Tanner... oh, wait, what's Tanner doing? Tanner's pretty far forward. Oh, no, he's going to have to back behind this one. I was just going to say they have no big commitments, but here's Tanner. And Sherman just missing that crossfire, but now, yeah, Ponda's just going to push right into Tanner, who peeked out from that hill, and now Market Man's on him. Subjet's going to try to help out, but Origin is way too split. They've got Jay all the way in the corner, Sierra and Group in their MLEs. They're just waiting. Just too much disconnect here from Origin. Don't really know what the goal of their strat was, where they were supposed to expect to push, but, I mean, Ponda just pushed this exact corner twice. That's all they did. Rax is getting lit on fire, but he's out of there. His driver is dead. But right now the points are still in favor of Origin at 700 caps, so that definitely needs to stop the bases, and they are stopping B. Rax goes down, so does Pew. But Origin much too late here at this point. They're definitely not looking good in the hit points. Jita stopping B, and Chip getting all the way into D. Ponda definitely have the tanks to spare here. They've got 6 alive, only 4 from Origin, although they do pick up a kill of their own. They'll get Pagman here. But all the bases are being stopped now, and yeah, Market's getting into C. Not looking good for Origin here. Although they should be able to pick up Pagman and make it a 4v4, but they have 3 tanks that are below 500 hit points. A decent roll from the MLEs or the IS-7 will kill most of these tanks here. In fact, an average roll will do all 3 of them. Jay on full health will definitely have to be using his hit points here, but at this point, Ponda has all 4 bases, and Origin's tanks are not strong enough to make any moves. Jay's going to make a move here and shoot Ponda. J-Ta's rear, and J-Ta's just going to hide behind the wall, but Chip kind of shutting him down. He can't make any moves. And Origin will grab A, but mathematically they are not going to be able to win this one on cap unless they grab another base, but all of Ponda's together here. Oh, looks like Group also found Market. And Market's driving circles around him, as a T100 LT does. 850 points now for Ponda. It would be very impressive if Origin could bring this one back, but both of the MLEs right on top of him. J-Ta trying to get an extra shot in there. Sierra does get killed as well, so Market Man picked up yet another kill off camera. Subchat trying to help out, but they just spread out way too much. There. I don't know what the goal of the strat was, but Ponda's going to take that one. First a quick easy kill on Tunnel, then Tanner, and even though Origin started to bring the kills back, they just did not have enough hit points at all for the end game there. And Ponda made great use of cap management. Having a light tank left alive at the end of the game is a valuable tool. He can run all the way across the map much faster than any Sturv could, which allows him to be kind of the only tank that is capable of managing bases as quickly as he did. So great plays there from Market. Also picking up kills at the end is something that a T100 LT can do quite well. So yeah, clean plays from Ponda. They will keep the T100 LT, which I do agree with, but Origin's going to be running a TVP, so an interesting quick tank of their own. Not quite as fast as a T100, but definitely a lot scarier to fight, for sure. But they are bunkering down, Origin is. They're running a lot more armor this time around. 60 TPs, a 777, some E5s. Yeah, solid, like heavy lineup here for Origin. 1 stir for DPM. Panda's going to keep 2 MLEs, a 777, an IS-7, and a T100 LT. Will they be able to equalize on game 4 here for Faust? Which I would be very, very happy to see, which means we get to see at minimum 6 games, but it has to win this one first to force it. What time is it for NA? Well, I'm in the Eastern United States, and it is 9:20 p.m. or 2100 hours. Sup, Nix and Reap Ghost. Good to have you all in here. Here we are with game number 4. Panda looking to tie the set up 2-2. Origin don't want to let that happen. And here we go with game 4. Panda's going to be heading more towards the C side this time around. No aggressive yellows through A, as last game. Shouldn't call it an aggressive yellow because it was calculated. They saw a tank and they killed it. The Origin will be doing the same thing, however, we do see cap lead for Panda. Rax getting in the base a little bit quicker than Origin, but Rax drives out. Jay getting spotted was enough to scare Panda away. And he will take an early hit, and he's going to take some MLE shots as well, but that reactive was good. Good reaction from Jay, no pun intended, but he's taken a lot of damage. J-Taw's been spotted, but the MLEs are also anchoring down, and now Pew's going to be taking a lot of hits here. But no, Chip's still finding Jay a little bit here. In Origin, they just seem disconnected both of these games here. They're starting to push forward with their E5s, but they're not ready to completely support them quite yet. And so Pew is still getting traded here with Tanner also not putting any damage into J-Taw, who's still full health, but in come the 60 TPs. They are going to start the push here, but they're getting bled out by quite a bit, and Origin is down on the hit points by about 2,000. Origin did grab A base as well in the meantime. Pew's going to continue the push, and it's not easy to show it with all of this building here, but they will go towards Sherman, but Pew's just getting completely focused out here. Great focus fire from Panda. Pagman's going to look for the kill, does get it. And yeah, Origin just a little bit too slow for this one. Panda, we're ready for the defense. Jay's going to be the next to go, although Group will pick up a kill of his own. That's the first one for Origin, but they also get Sherman in the back as well. Didn't see where that one happened. It's a little bit behind me down there, but down goes Tanner. It's a 5v4. Oh my goodness, quick kills in succession, 5v3. And Sierra's now surrounded by several tanks. Group does pick up a kill of his own, and Pafalupi's quite low, but now Subchat is reloading, and that's actually pretty painful for Origin, as you know, that long reload is only meaning that they have to stall right now, but stalling only allows Panda to reload their own guns. And now Group is caught out. He was going to try to chase Pafalupi down, but instead Group has been caught out, surrounded. Subchat's going to try to put in some quick damage here to get this kill, but after that, he's going to be reloading for another 20 seconds or so. Group's already dead, and Subchat's probably not going to be able to handle this 1v3. Because even though he could, in theory, get the kills on Paffy and Chip, if Market weren't there, Market is still... Oh my goodness, look at this. Subchat's trying to keep him away, but the jump from Pafalupi for the kill. Yeah, Panda tied it up 2-2. They're not going down without a fight. Seems like both of these games here on Faust Origin weren't really prepared. I don't want to say not prepared, but this is not the typical play that we normally see from them. They just got bled out really hard early, both of these games. And Panda maintaining that lead. Great 3.9k damage there from Chip leading the Panda team. And yeah, we'll move on to Middleburg now with the set tied 2-2. Things are getting tense here. Panda could absolutely take this momentum and roll with it, which would be absolutely massive. It would move Panda from 3rd place to 1st. Well, would it be first? It would be a 3-way tie for 1st, actually, because Origin beat Leverage, Leverage beat Ponda, and if Ponda beats Origin here, we'd have a 3-way tie for first, which would be pretty funny. Obviously, we still have another entire round robin to go, but for this first one to result in a 3-way tie is entirely possible. If it comes down to win rate, I don't know who would win between Origin and Leverage, but Ponda definitely has the worst win rate because most of their sets have the tiebreaker, so I can guarantee that. But between Origin and Leverage, I don't know who has the higher win rate. So worst case scenario here, Origin is tied for first. Best case scenario, they go undefeated. Comeback time. It's totally possible, Devnell. Let's see how they go. Middleburg's a fun map. Ponda's going to be running a VK72. They'll probably plant that tank in the town. Could bring the rest up top, but we'll see. Origin running a more flexible lineup with 3 Krons, 2 777s, a Sturv, and a T100. No T100 this time from Ponda. Instead, focusing more on the 777s and the Sturv. So yeah, no light tank for them. So that could be a useful thing for Origin to have. Base management is also pretty important on this map too. The town has double bases, which makes town a very viable place to go. Sherman says LOL, something's funny. Maybe they either predicted something that Origin's gonna do, or they have a funny moment in the chat. Jeta says 3-4. OMG, Jeta, hello. Shalom. Origin's crossing up top. Are they gonna go for some blind shots? Oh, Goofy spawn. That's what they're talking about. Oh, Market in the VK72. Yeah, there we go. That'll do it. Market spawning all the way up top. That's the greatest spawn. I understand what's funny now. But no, he's chilling up there. He is not going down. He is being chilling. Maybe this is exactly what they wanted. I don't know. I don't know. But Ponda quickly grabbed B. P was holding, not going to take A, but Ponda is completely in the town here. Market Man is spotted up top, though. Origin has spotted tanks up top. At least a tank up top, so maybe they're not fully intent to push quite yet. Group is moving all the way to the middle, see if he can get some early spots. This is a very aggressive play. I don't think that Origin would do this if they thought Ponda had good presence up here. Group might pop the corner, and he spots Market. Very far forward, though. Could take a hit for it. Nope, doesn't. Tries to sneak something into Market, but doesn't quite get it. Origin do grab C, though, so they have a base, but they're down about 100 points in the cap here. Market Man holding off and not allowing Origin to get a free push through, but Group is still aggressing here. In fact, Rex QC kind of backing them up a little bit. Both going for shots here. If I were Market, I'd consider HEing at Group. Now, Group is just pushing it. Tunnel Group going in here. Tanner subchat, Sierra might actually have cross shots. No, he's not going for them, though, because Origin is just pushing Market Man, but Ponda is pushing through on Pew. And the Pew could actually get picked off here. There's two things happening on opposite sides of the map here. Group is pushing Market and might take a big shot. No, Market Man already fired, so they're going to get a quick kill here. No, Chip's actually getting focused in the middle as well. I don't know what's exactly going on here because Ponda seems to be everywhere. They're trying to push Pew out, but Pew's still very healthy. Chip's in the middle, not doing a whole lot. Jayta's been killed already. Where is all the action? It's so hard to see it. Jay's finally getting pushed by 2 of Ponda's tanks, but Pew is still alive. He was the original focus target here for Ponda, and he's still alive. And Ponda's push did not seem to work very well. They finally get the kill. It's a 5-on-4. But the hit points are vastly in favor of Origin at the moment. They are finally getting the rest of their tanks in the play group and tunnel, taking a little bit of time, but they'll pick up a kill. Subchat loses half of his hit points, though. And it would be a decent target for Ponda to have, but they're losing Pathloopy as well. Tunnel finally going to show up in his Kron. Should be able to pick that one up. Nope, he gets lit on fire from group, so it is a 5-on-2. Sierra will go down, but Origin's got plenty of shots left. Their Kron Von is full. Pathloopy says, love spawns, TBH. I feel bad for them. They spawned with a VK72 up top, which is absolutely hilarious. You know, it's a 1 in 7 chance, right? They're all running heavy tanks. Why couldn't it have been a Sturv or a 777, even an MLE up top? Not nearly as bad as the VK72. And maybe their strat was to have him down They kept him up top, and he ended up staying there and worked quite well, but I think at that point they were just scared. It's not my fault as the streamer. I'm running a light tank, which is exactly what I'm supposed to run. You know, so I'm running the light tank. Not my influence as a spectator for a tank to be up top, because I'm up top. That's where my tank ends up going. But unlucky for Ponda to have the VK up there as well. Chip also not having a great game. I mean, he was driving out in the middle of La La Land. Don't really know what his play was in the center, but he unfortunately did not have a great game there. And Origin are up 3-2. Ponda were looking so good those last two games. That one completely fell apart on him, though. A failed push into Pew, who survived for so long. Origin, who were able to catch out the VK-72. And now it's game 6, and we will see what tanks are used. Ponda not running a VK-72 again with the risk of that tank being spawned up top, which would not be good for them, as we saw last game. Super unlucky on their part. And Origin going to be running 2 Krons, a 60, an IS-4, two IS-4s, a Yona T-100. Keeping their light tank, Ponda not running one. Flexibility is nice to have, but Ponda prefers to have that pushing power. Although it didn't quite work for them last game. Pew baiting out extremely well in the 777, although they're getting rid of it this time, Origin is. Ponda still has 2 of their own, 2 MLEs. A Kron, 2 Sturves. Very basic tanks here for their team. You're gonna light tank? No way, do they? Yeah, no, it's not my fault. I'm running a light tank. I am diligent in my, what I need to do. It's not me. What happens when you run 7 heavies? Sometimes one of them spawns up top. I didn't see... I think Origin, they just had a light tank, right? So they didn't need to have a heavy up top, but Ponda might have a heavy up top again. Wouldn't be surprised. This time it's J-Ta. Yeah. It's not me. My tank is somewhere up there. Maybe zoom in on the minimap. Would that be a good way of seeing? Because sometimes my tank does spawn. No, my tank is down here. It's weird. Yeah, my tank was down there, actually, if I looked at the minimap. So that's kind of weird. I am running a light, though. Yeah, it's just a weird spectating thing. I don't know. But both teams putting blind firing shots in. Of course, that is how things are now with both tanks lining up with, their shells loaded. Also, sneaky spot here from sub chat used to climb all the way up here, get a sneaky little spotting position. Using the tree kind of as cover. I don't know if a tree that's standing will provide camo, but a tree that's downed will. Bond is fully committed up top. J-Ta will grab C, and he does spot a couple tanks from Origin here. Group getting lit, Tanner all the way in the corner. Using his 3-shot yo, by the way. Not the 2-shot, it's the 3-shot yo. But Ponda is very aggressive in the center, though. Pagman and J-Ta both crossing here in their 777s. We've seen them do it before against Joker. And Origin has 2 tanks down low. And Ponda's just going to go for a full-out aggressive push here. They have 2-tank mismatch. Also, one of these tanks up top is a T-100 LT, which is much easier to push through. But look at Chip. Where is Chip at? Chip's just kind of sideways. He's taking a lot of damage. Sierra should put in one more shell, but he gets killed very quickly here. And yeah, Origin just have 2 tanks completely down and out of the fight. Taking a look at the minimap, they're just starting to join the fight right now, but it's much too late for them. And although Origin did pick up J-Ta, they have lost 2 tanks of their own. Pew and Jay are just finally getting to the fight now. However, Origin have done a good job in lowering Market Man and Chip, and once these full hit point IS-4s join the fight, it could be good. However, it'll just be those 2 tanks left alive with the T-100 LT, so it'll be quite difficult for Origin to bring it back, although they do pick up Market. Again, both of these tanks are full health. And Jay's looking for Chip. No, sub-chat's actually going to pick up Chip. No bouncing that. That's big. That's an extra shot that Chip gets to put in. He does put it in. And now Pew is not looking very good at the moment. He will die to Rax or Pafalupi. And now it's a 2-on-4. And I do not see Origin bringing this one back. They started getting kills when it mattered, but their IS-4s were much too slow. They did not expect a full-out push, which seems to be how Origin has lost 2 of these games now, where, Ponda just pushes before Origin can get themselves set up. Chip says it was always going to be the tiebreaker. JTOS saying constant equals pain is yes. Honda are in their 6th tiebreaker of this top 8 round robin, number 1, forcing a game 7 after a tough game 5, winning that one nice and cleanly. Although I would say that was more like a big blunder on Origin's part, putting 2 super slow tanks down bottom and not predicting that a 7 tank push up top could just completely delete them. So good initiative on Ponda's part. They knew that they had to push. They executed it. I think it would have gone slightly better for Origin if they had a T100 LT down below capping bases. But, you know, I'm not the top 1 team here, so I'm just an analyst. And that is what I will do. I will analyze. But it does come down to Game 7, y'all. Will Origin be able to maintain their undefeated streak here in top 8? Or will Ponda equalize, actually, and then go even on the record with Origin and Leverage? Assuming Leverage wins this game today, actually. They're playing against Joker, so that might not be the case. So Ponda could absolutely win this. They could go to number 1. Straight up. If they win today and Leverage loses to Joker. Which I don't see the results for. It could be done. Might not be done. But yeah, it all comes down to this last game. I'm hyped for it. Ponda brings the T100. Origin brings the T100. 2 crons for Origin, 1 for Ponda. 3 stirves for Ponda, none for Origin. No, 1. I missed group. IS-7s and a 60 TP. Spawn has 1 IS-7 and a 777 here on Winter Melanovka, however you like to pronounce it. This is it. This is the tiebreaker. Who gets it? Big set here. Both of these teams are quite comfortable right now in terms of standings, right? They just have to go positive on the record for a very likely shot of making it into top 4. And if either of these teams ends this with 5, 6 wins, 7 wins, they only have to win a couple in the next round robin. And there are definitely teams that are a lot lower in terms of ability, as evidenced by the records so far. You know, there are teams that have only won 1 set. There's Nox, who hasn't won a single one. And assuming that, you know, both of these teams, Ponda and Origin, are able to beat them again, they're not going to have a stressful time making it to top 4. Origin kind of split here. Group is going pretty far forward into a B spotting position here, but not driving all the way out. But Market Man actually in his T100 LT getting hit a couple times in the center. Group spotting Rax, puts a shot in, but Market Man's caught out. Oh no. He's taken another hit and he backs out a little bit. Pew might be able to kill him here. Oh, that's not a good start for Ponda. Oh no, getting shot out right through the middle of the map. And Origin with their IS-7s just going right through the dip. They found another tank now. JTOG completely isolated. And although Market Man will survive for now, they're actually going to be able to push Tunnel and Group. They found a couple of Origin Zone tanks that are left out. They have to survive as long as they can. If I were Group, I'd definitely start to help out Tunnel here. But yeah, they're just trying to hang on as long as they can. But JTOG's going all the way down on the other side. Where is he? He's just driving himself even further away, which I don't really dislike that idea. Tanner's found himself quite low. Tunnel will fall here. The first kill of the game. JTOG still alive. Group's going to get killed as well, but he's still putting in damage. JTOG finally falls all the way in the A side to Subchat, but Group is still hanging on here, and Sierra covering him so well that Pafalupi and Work are not actually able to push right through. And Origin are doubling Ponda on the hit points right now. That's incredible. It's difficult to see where exactly I need to follow. Jay's getting bled out by Market. He may actually go down here. No! Subchat gets the pick on Market instead, who is bled out so quickly. Rax dying on the other side to Group. Sherman, Pagman both falling. Pafalupi fighting against Group in the 1v1. Group could actually survive despite being pushed initially. Pafalupi's going to continue the rush. Group gets the kill, stays alive. No, that was Sierra. But despite this set going so quickly and so closely, this last game ending in a bit of a whisper here as Origin take this one incredibly dominantly. 6 tanks left alive for Origin. We're looking to sneak a quick kill in at the end, not able to find one. Origin will take this one, ending their top 8 round robin 1 undefeated. I mean, a little bit of an anticlimactic ending to that one. I wish I got to see the market nuke a little bit better, but I mean, Origin just drove those IS-7s right through the middle. Ponda didn't expect it. Took a lot of hits in the opening. Jta was left out. And Ponda, who found 2 isolated Origin tanks, were not able to get the kills fast enough. Tunnel died quick, sure. But Group survived. Ended up doing top on the damage as well. 4,000 for him, 3.7 for Sierra. And a great win for Origin. They are now 7-0. They're basically guaranteed in top 4. If they just win one set in the next one, they'll have a positive record no matter what. And they can basically just go into this next set like free. The only thing that they're fighting for at this point would be seeding, which I totally think is important to fight for seeding. So Origin will continue to try, but they've got an amazing start to top 4 here. Well done. Congrats to Ponda for bringing it to a tiebreaker. Origin, I think this is their first tiebreaker set. Ponda, the only team to bring them to one. I can go ahead and pull up the sheets now, see how the rest of the teams have done. See if it'll load. Hello? Yeah, okay. All the sets are done. We can take a look at them. And yeah, we will see Origin end up 7-0. They beat Ponda. Evany beat Reggie. Dinos beat Nox 4-2. Nox took 2 games off of Dinos. And Joker beats Leverage 4-2. So we do have our standings now at the end here. Despite all of the craziness, the upsets that have happened at the end of the day, Origin 7-0, defeating everyone in the competition. Ponda beating everyone except losing to Joker and Leverage, but despite losing to Joker and Leverage, are still on top of them, apparently, in terms of, you know, I guess they're all tied. Joker, they lost to Origin and Leverage, my fault. Wait a second. Okay. I understand what's going on here. So we have 3 teams that are all 5-2. That's because they all lost to Origin. And then we have Ponda beat Joker, Joker beat Leverage, and Leverage beat Ponda. So they're all in a tie. Ponda, Joker, and Leverage are. So they're all in a tie, except for Origin being clearly ahead with an undefeated season. Dinos with 3 set wins. Evany with 2 set wins. Reggie with 1 set win, and Nox with 0. So I believe Dinos beat every team below. Evany, Reggie, Nox. And then Evany beat Reggie, Nox. Reggie only beat Nox, and Nox is 0-7. So that's how everything's turned out here. Makes sense. I had to think through it a little bit because there were 3 teams all with the same record, but it makes sense because Ponda, Joker, and Leverage are kind of like a bit of a rock, paper, scissors, right? But they all lost to Origin. It's like rock, paper, scissors, gun, you know? Origin's gun. When they say rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then you just, you know, pull out the handgun. It is what it is. Anyway, that is that. This is Round Robin 1 completed. These are your current standings with Origin in the lead, Ponda, Joker, and Leverage all tied up behind. And these are your top 4 teams so far. Obviously, we still have another Round Robin to go. Things could definitely get shaken up. But it clearly seems that these 4 teams, all of which have made top 4 in the past, and funny enough, none of these other teams have made top 4, so, I mean, it kind of makes sense that it's working out this way, but we did expect to see some competition from Dinos and Reggie, and even Evany a little bit, but unfortunately, they are a little bit behind right now. Dinos having the best shot at redeeming themselves, but obviously with the start of a new top 8 round robin, anything can happen, right? It's a completely clean slate, so to speak, although not really when you add up these ones, but you just think of it that way, right? Or encourage the other teams a little bit more. Anyway, that is that. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. So thank you all for being here. Lomo, good to see you show up. And Herb Santa, welcome to the stream. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and raid out. So if you are watching on Twitch, going to raid a streamer starting now. And I would appreciate you go ahead and support them. in their stream. And just to anyone who's watching, I would invite you to join my Discord. That's where we're all hanging out. We just got back to level 3 today. We barely lost it by 1 boost, but we are back to level 3. Got a lot of cool emotes and stuff as well if you want to join for those. And also, yeah, follow me Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube, and that's about it. We'll catch you, not tomorrow, but we'll catch you, is it Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday for the next top 8 set. Hopefully I didn't mess that one up, but I'll correct myself in the chat if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's about it for me. So yeah, as always, stay safe. Happy tanking.